We're back to the Neil Haley Show and also the Media Giant Effect. And I'm excited to have as my co-host, I'm looking forward to doing more of this, Dr. Charles Simkovich of Simkovich Concussion Institute. Dr. Charles, now you're not being interviewed, you're co-host with me. How are you today?
Yeah, that's fun to switch roles a little bit.
Yes, yes. And I am so excited to bring awareness to organizations that are doing such great work. And I'm excited to have the founder and executive director, Vasso Paliouras, on the show. She is the founder and executive director of Lending Hearts. How are you, Vasso? Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let's talk about how this whole thing started. And we're going to get to Dr. Charles a little bit about how he's helping sponsor the event as one of the sponsors, but let's learn about this growth and this amazing story.
Thank you. In 2004, my younger sister was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I have about 10 and a half years older than her. So I was kind of always that second mom, big sister to her. So when she was diagnosed at the age, she had just turned 17, she was a junior in high school. So I really stepped in and taking care of her medical needs because it was a very trying time for our family. At that time, my husband and I had a baby, and I was pregnant with our second, and kind of just immersed myself in her care. And we were sitting in the waiting room for our first appointment with the oncologist. And it was really in that moment and in that space that the name of the organization came to me, the whole concept for it, because I was looking around to others in the waiting room, and I knew that we were really blessed with a big family that was there for us. But I looked around and I saw so many people sitting there by themselves, and I kept thinking, I just want to lend my heart to them. Or are they okay? What are they in need of? And that's really how the concept started, but nothing really, I didn't take any steps with it until 2011. And here we are now. It's been quite an impressive and truly amazing journey along the way.
Well, it definitely is, and it's a challenge to have any foundation and to start it. So there were a lot of growing pains, I'm sure, at the beginning. Coming up with the idea is fantastic, but then the work and all the people that volunteer their time and putting it all together to get these events that you're doing with Lending Hearts, we're going to talk about today as well on the show. It's a process, right? It's not easy.
No, when I actually had always kept in touch with my sister's oncologist, and when I went to him to see if the idea was even a valid one. I didn't know if anything existed, and I just knew that there was no need for duplications of services. If it was already being done, wonderful. I'll happily step aside. But if it wasn't, was it something that could be used and beneficial to folks? And I'll never forget his words. He said, you need to do this and I'll stand behind you. And I was dumbfounded. I said, all right, now what? And I joke, but I literally went to Barnes and Noble and bought Nonprofits for Dummies because I'm a chemical engineer by trade. I don't know the first thing about starting a nonprofit. So what I did know was that my knowledge and my scope were only so far, and I had to find the others to fill in the gaps for me. And quickly, it was really unbelievable, the people who just came together of different strengths and talents and brought it all to life.
How did you find out awareness on this foundation, Dr. Charles? How did that happen?
It happened through a retired hockey player for the Penguins named Tyler Kennedy. They're co-sponsoring one of his events, and he's on their board also, he and his wife. And he said, listen, this is a good charity. We really believe in it, and we're behind it 100%. And I think it'd be something good if you look into it. And they're unique, and everybody we've met. So we jumped on board, and everybody we've met in the organization has really been wonderful and really caring. There's a lot of organizations that benefit cancer, but this is it just stands out. It stood out to my wife and I, so that's how we got involved, through Tyler Kennedy.
And Vasso, you're really thinking big. We're talking off air, and I will bring up maybe something at the end, but you're thinking big, not just for locally in Pittsburgh, where it's growing leaps and bounds. We're going to talk about Cam Hayward and stuff in the event coming up in just a day, because we'll be airing on syndication on Thursday night in Pittsburgh. But really, how this all started, now you're thinking national, and it's growing nationally now too, isn't it? Not just locally, correct?
It is. It's the I guess, to me, the only perk of COVID, so that when we took everything digital, that's when our services were then to be able to be used by folks in different parts of the country. So it was really fascinating to see, by them Googling and searching and social media and what have you, that they were able to find us and take part in our services.
And that's exciting. And then that's where it starts. And the services start is getting the word out, and more nationally it's going to happen. So tell us about the big event coming up on Thursday.
Thursday, we're very excited. It's our 11th annual gala this year, presented by UPMC Home and Cancer Center and Genentech. And we are thrilled to be honoring Pittsburgh Steeler, Mr. Cam Hayward. He truly personifies our mission and what it means to lend your heart. He's so active in the community, and his philanthropy and all the good works that he does for others, whether it's children in need, raising awareness and support of cancer. So he is our honoree this year.
And I was a big fan of Craig Ironhead Hayward as well. So, you know, when I hear Cam and the name and think of Ironhead always, God rest his soul. Because again, I'm a huge Pitt fan. So, wow, you know, it's great to have Cam part of this. And he really is, to honor him of the work he does. That's what you're really looking at, specifically enough. People that are really doing great work in the community, especially with bringing cancer awareness and stuff, right? And helping.
Correct. We've had wonderful, every year, wonderful honorees, but they're each honored for a different reason and what they do, whether they've been touched by cancer themselves, the impact they make in the community, different aspects to why we select them.
Very good. So Dr. Charles is one of the sponsors. So explain what the sponsors do to help so that this event can happen.
Our sponsors are everything to us and more. We really appreciate not only the support, but the partnership beyond this event. I mean, this event allows us to provide all of the free services that we do to patients and their families, but we take each supporter, each organization, each business as a true partner in the efforts that we do throughout the whole year. So without them, we can't do what we do.
So tell us more about the gala, what to expect at the gala on Thursday night.
We'll be at the Fairmont Pittsburgh. We will have a full dinner and cocktails for everybody. In addition to honoring Cam, we will have a family speak about their story, their journey on their own, and then coming to Lending Hearts. We're also going to have live entertainment this year by singer-songwriter and recording artist Justin Fabus. So we're very excited to have him included in the evening.
Dr. Charles, do you have any?
Every family has somebody that touches cancer. My grandmother passed away from cancer, and I've had a brother and a sister who have had cancer. My sister is surviving. And so it's a good organization to get involved because there's so many people that it touches personally.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. Vasso, let's say if a family is in need and needs your services, how do they reach out, especially nationally, to get help? Mm-hmm.
Sure. Our website, lendinghearts.org, right on the homepage, shares all of our upcoming services. They want to sign up. They simply just have to hit the RSVP button, but they can obviously go through the other pages and learn more about us. We're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So we are accessible in all means. All of our contact information is on the website, and we do hope folks that who are in need will reach out. And
what is your ultimate goal for the foundation? Where do you want to see it go?
I want us to see us do more nationally, both virtually, in person. Just keep the organization growing strong so that when they hear the words Lending Hearts, they know exactly what it is and what we can do for them.
Anything else?
Ready to go to the gala in 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days. March 16th, stopping by. And Dr. Charles, where can we find information on you? Where can we go?
Simkovich ConcussionInstitute.com.
Excellent. I appreciate both of you. It was a great show. And thank you again for helping families that have been hit with cancer. And it's such a great service that you're providing. And I hope it continues to grow more and more each time. And hopefully through my nationally syndicated show, we'll bring awareness even further to more and more places that don't know who you are yet. And they soon will. So I appreciate it, Vasso.
Thank you both. I greatly appreciate this
Thank
opportunity.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
listening and
See you.
watching the Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a moment.